Today, I'm going to walk through how you can launch a marketing agency in exactly 72 hours, step by step. I just made a monster Miro board and I'm about to run through it right now. So after watching this video, you're going to know exactly step by step what you need to do to launch and start your marketing agency. First things first, you need to pick your offer and a service. So here's the difference between both of those. Your offer is basically what will someone receive when they give you money? Like what is the end outcome? And your service is how you'll be getting that result or what's the actual deliverable. So throughout this entire video, I'm going to use the example of a content agency because that's the type of agency that I run. Essentially what a content agency is you'll be making social media videos for other businesses. So the best way to come up with an offer is not by coming up with one, but rather seeing what's already working in the market and using it. Your offer should be made up of an end result along with a guarantee. So here's an example of an offer. We'll get you 1 million views in 90 days or you don't pay. So here in blue, we have the end result, which is 1 million views. And then we have the time frame in orange, which is 90 days. And then the guarantee in green, which is or you don't pay. Very simple breakdown. I know you're probably thinking, Ayman, I've never done this before. I'm scared to do a guarantee. How do I even know I'm going to get this result? Well, too bad, okay? Because since you're a beginner, you need to compensate for the fact that you have no social proof by offering a guarantee. So you'll be able to put contract stipulations in place that will protect you from fraudulent refunds. So stipulations is basically certain things that you put in your contract to protect you. So for example, the clients have to actually record all of the videos. They can't ask for a refund without having recorded all the videos or posted all of them, things like that, right? So you need to set up the stipulations in a way where as long as they follow what you're saying, they will hit the result. So for example, this one specifically, by the way, I don't actually use this offer. This is just an example. I've seen people running this, also a similar version with 10 million views. So it seems to work right now in the market. But here's a couple examples of stipulations that somebody running that offer would use. You need to record bi-weekly. Not recording for more than 14 days will disqualify you from the guarantee. You need to post on 3 platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook daily. Missing a day of posting will disqualify you from the guarantee. And you need to follow the ideas and scripts roughly. Doing your own ideas will disqualify you from the guarantee. So these are some contract stipulation examples. Of course, when you're on a sales call with a prospect, you need to make them aware of the stipulations before they sign the contract and give you any money. You need to maintain full honesty. Like you don't want to scam someone or not tell them these stipulations or something. You need to make sure they're fully aware of everything going into it. Okay, that's how you maintain your reputation online. So with this setup, with these stipulations, if they're running the 1 million views guarantee, the client only needs to get 3,700 views per day on each platform, which is pretty easy, right? So you can see the math here. 1 million views over 3 months is 333K views per month, which is 11K views a day, which is 3.7K views per day per platform. So you see how once we break it down, it looks a lot more simple, and that's because it is. So I have a different video that goes specifically over offers, but there's different things you can guarantee. Like you can guarantee money, you can guarantee clients, calls, leads, views. So there's like a whole ranking system. So I have another video on this, which will be linked in the description. By the way, guys, if you do decide to start a content agency, I can help you one-to-one scale up. I've helped 100+ people at this point. I've scaled up to over 100K a month. We have students doing over 50K a month. And at the time when they joined, they were doing barely anything. So if you want my help, just hit the first link in the description, but that's it. Back to the video. So step 2 is becoming competent. You need to learn the basic knowledge surrounding the offer or service that you chose. In this specific case, we went with a content agency. So you'll want to find someone online posting YouTube videos talking about the ins and outs of running a content agency. I'm mainly talking about the fulfillment side, like how to actually make the YouTube videos or reels for your clients. So this way, when you're doing the next steps I'm going to go over, and when you're also pitching prospects, you'll know what you're talking about and you'll actually be able to close people. Okay, you can't know nothing about a service and start closing people on it. You need to have a little bit of basic knowledge on what you're selling. So try and find videos with a lot of information packed inside instead of fluffy videos with no real information. So in the description, I'll link a playlist, but here's a few examples. So this video would explain what a content agency is. This video will explain how to get results for your clients. This video will explain how to script YouTube videos. This one will explain how to come up with YouTube video ideas. And this one will break down the thought process behind thumbnails. After watching videos like these, you'll have a good enough understanding of how the fulfillment process works and overall what you're selling. Next step is your website. So you want to use Card to build your website with 2 R's. It's going to be in the description or you can just Google it. It costs anywhere from like $12 to $50 per year. So it's like very, very cheap. It's the cheapest, best, and most simple, most beginner-friendly website builder. I used it up until 60K a month. So here's the breakdown of what your website should look like. You're going to need a headline at the top, a sub-headline down below, and then your video sales letter will be right here, and then a call to action right here. So the headline is literally just your offer. The sub-headline just needs to be like without X, Y, and Z pain point or common other way to get the end result. The video sales letter is a 4 to 6 minute video explaining who you are and what you do. Don't worry, the next step is going to cover the VSL. And then the call to action is just what you want them to do after they see your website. So basically they click that button, they're going to book a call with you. That's the next step we want them to take. Underneath the book a call button, you're going to have social proof and then another CTA, example videos, another CTA, explain what you do in 3 steps, CTA again. So that's going to be the breakdown of your website's format. Next step is the video sales letter. So this is a 46-minute video that pre-handles objections, mentions pain points, and clearly states your offer and the outcome. It's going to include any social proof if you have any, and it should be about 4 to 6 minutes long. So here's a rough breakdown. I don't really want to read the whole thing, to be honest. I'm just going to skim over it. You're just going to start with a bold hook, which is basically the offer. If you have social proof, you're going to flex it here. If you don't, you just skip it. Don't worry. If you have no social proof, it's completely fine, because every marketing agency you see, including my own, had no social proof to start with. Everybody starts from somewhere, so it's completely normal to not have social proof, and you can still sign clients without social proof. And then you're going to talk about pain points. You're going to talk about what the future would look like if they work with you. Social proof again. You're going to build credibility by just explaining why they should listen to you. Name drop people you work with. Talk about how many years of experience you have, etc. You're going to introduce yourself briefly. You're going to talk about the benefits of working with you. You're going to talk about the delivery process. So like first we come up with the ideas, then we do the script, then we do the editing, whatever your process is, you're going to walk through it. You're going to talk about the cost of inaction. So if they don't start making YouTube videos today, what's going to happen to them in the future. You're going to reaffirm the promise. So you're going to just say your offer again. Hey, I guarantee you 10 million views, 1 million views, or this many clients, whatever it is. One more time with social proof, and then a call to action. So the important thing here is that we explain what we do and our offer, and we show our face, because showing your face builds trust. Now, I know a couple of you guys watching this video are probably like, Ayman, can I run an agency without showing my face? Yes, you can. However, you're literally making it like 100 times more difficult on yourself. And I hate it when people don't want to show their face online, especially when it comes to running an agency, because it just makes everything so much easier. People trust you more because you're putting your face and your reputation on the line. And also you'll be able to record video content just like I'm doing right now. And it just makes everything so much easier. If you do it faceless, people are going to be way more scared to work with you because they're just going to think you're a scammer. So next up, we have step 5, which is cleaning up your social media pages. So basically this just means number 1, you need a clean profile picture. Number 2, you need a bio. So don't overthink it. Just state what you do in a non-cringy way. And then a link in bio, which leads them to your website. So just make sure everything is consistent across all of these main platforms. Now you've essentially finished the foundations of your agency, and now you're going to move on to client acquisition. So the best way to do this by far is by sending free work. You only need to send 5 messages per day, and on average for every 200 outreaches, you can sign 1 to 5 clients. Just depends on how good your outreach is, your social proof, how much content you're posting, so on and so forth. 10 out of 200, so meaning for every 200 messages sent, you close 10 people, is the absolute best me and one of my top performing students were able to reach. But you have to be like amazing to do this. Like on the low end, you should expect 1 out of every 200. In terms of what the outreach will look like, I have other videos that go more in depth on this. The entire playlist will be linked below, but in a nutshell, you'll be sending free work up front, video ideas or a strategy audit or a video script or a thumbnail to 5 qualified people per day. And for your outreach message, just make sure it's as concise and straight to the point as possible. And then you make it clear that you made a free personalized piece of free work. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth on client acquisition in this video just because I have so many other videos covering it. And the purpose of this video was to talk about everything that comes before getting clients, which is why I'm not going super in depth on it. But luckily, all of these videos go super in depth. So here I talk about how to find the clients you're going to reach out to. Here I talk about what your cold DM should look like, and I just run through everything you need to know in these videos. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because when I started out, I was like focused on my logo and my website. I had so many steps in front of my face and I was so confused. My brain was so foggy. I didn't know what I was supposed to do to scale up and just start the agency. So the purpose of this video is to give you the foundations, tell you what you need to do to get that quick start, and then from there you get to move on into client acquisition within 3 days. So that's everything for this video. I highly recommend you guys binge my entire YouTube channel because I have so many videos just going super in depth, like literally no fluff. There's going to be a ton of links in the description to other helpful content. And if you want to get access to my entire system and you want me to help you one-to-one scale up to over 20 grand a month, just hit the first link down in the description. But that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.